Hey guys, this is Daniel Dr. D, and I'm going to discuss two particular albums of interest right now. The first one is the Wee Small Hours, and this is a Frank Sinatra album, all remastered and done by Tone Poet. And apparently, I think Capitol Records and Tone Poet, from my understanding, they're under the same umbrella. And I want to just give you my take on the sound of it. I've also linked on the description below a 3 or 4 minute video that Blue Note did about how they went about making this. It's pretty short, for like 3 or 4 minutes long, and I think it's just absolutely wonderful. Take a look at that, and it'll give you some kind of a bit of a perspective on what they did to it. I want to tell you there's a number of reviews out about how this new Tone Poet version compares to the original Capitol Records version, which I think, if you can get it in mint condition, is at least $100, maybe more. So some of you can chime in if you have any thoughts or opinions on that. But some of the reviews that I find interesting, what they say is that in this newer Tone Poet edition, Frank Sinatra's voice is a little bit more forward than it is in the original pressing from Capitol Records. Now, I'm not going to just parrot what they said. I will just tell you, if you listen to any of Frank Sinatra's album, his voice almost always sounds forward. So that is nothing unique. So I'm not sure what these guys are talking about, or if they're just parroting because one person says it and they're all into it, and so they feel compelled they got to parrot and say the same thing. I don't know. I'm not in that camp. I just try to have my own independent thoughts based on my own empirical listening experiences. In my opinion, this album is absolutely world class. The recording, the sweetness, the ambiances, the airiness, the warmth and lush sound, the bass, it's just A+. The work that this Blue Note did is just absolutely superb, in my opinion, and I couldn't be more pleased. As far as his voice, if you listen to any Frank Sinatra albums, I mean, his voice always has great presence. It's often in the center of the stage and the sound stage. You'll hear it forward. It's beautiful, and that's just the way it is. And I don't think this is any drawback whatsoever from the rest of the music. Certain parts of the music, the band sounds pretty balanced with his voice. In some parts, it sounds a little bit more forward with his voice. But again, nothing unusual. It's just superb. Couldn't be more pleased with it. And I would strongly urge, if anybody who is possibly interested, go after this one. It is just superb. Now, I cannot say the same for what I'm about to share with you next. Now, I have two versions here and a third UHQR version of Kinda Blue by Miles Davis. And I want to talk about this. I am very displeased at the reviews that people have given on the UHQR. I just find it to be really nonsense what they say. I found the UHQR to be really deplorable. And I am shocked that they would post or send out a copy or any copies that sound as bad as that. Bob and I listened to it. He was the first one to call me on it, and he says, hey man, I don't know, this is something weird about the way they did the mixing on this album. And the UHQR version of it, the first red flag was if you look at the spindle where they do the hole punch, it's got some tears in it. I mean, that's a common thing. You see it a lot, but come on, $150 for this thing? It's like, to me, it felt like the R&D just went into making the packaging, the fancy packaging, and the record itself. Quite honestly, if you look at the original Columbia version, the stereo version, I thought it sounded fantastic by comparison. It was better balanced. It had more nuances. There was more air and spatial separation in the instruments. On the UHQR version, the Bill Evans piano, it just sounded like it was in the background. It wasn't balanced. The floor noise was deplorable. I could not believe the floor noise coming out of the UHQR version. So I was very disappointed with it. And while there was some, you could hear some of the cymbals and whatnot for the drum kit. That was nice. But some of the other parts of it, the dynamics were just lacking. I have no idea what these people did to this album. But this is the second time I've gotten an Analog Productions album. I had another one by Muddy Waters, and I was just not pleased with it. And I ended up sending it back. And listen, all I want to hear is I want to hear a fairly balanced sound, nuances, and I don't want to hear like instruments and artists on an album like the Columbia that I know sound good be ruined and just changed. I don't know what they did to this album. It just blows my mind. So anyway, Bob ended up sending that back, and that's still in being worked out right now. I don't know what's going to happen with that, if he's going to get refunded or just credited or what. But I canceled getting my order for it on the UHQR, so forget it. The 445 RPM is not what it's cooked up to be. I vehemently disagree with these reviews. I have no idea what the heck these people are listening to. But the original Columbia 33 RPM is better. If people are like, well, maybe you got a bad version. Come on, man. You're paying $150. You are paying extra money for the R&D, for the pressing. That's why you pay more. You don't pay $150 plus shipping to, select one that happens to be better than another. Forget that. I don't want to be bothered with it. Now, this original master by Mobile Fidelity, MoFi, some people like it, some people don't. I have it. It's 45 RPM. I decided to get it with $69. I got it directly from MoFi. It is absolutely superb. Beautifully balanced, beautiful air. The ambiances, the sound stage, the bass, it is just perfect. There's nothing I would want more. Some people may like it, some people don't. I don't care, man. I'm just going to sit and listen to it and give you my empirical listening impressions of it. It is just superb, and it is definitely a cut above the Columbia version of it. So that is my opinion on it. Others will have differing opinions on it. So sorry to sound so blunt, but that's my take on it, and we'll be back at you soon.